IAMDJJAYERICA. Welcome to another episode of the DJ Jayerica podcast. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you're new, this is a podcast where we talk about all of the celebrity gossip and entertainment news that's been going on around the world. And also we throw in occasional current events. So if you like that, let's get into it, man. Let's get to talking about Meg the Stallion, man. First thing on the list. Now, most of you guys heard about Megan the Stallion being shot last week while she was out with a group of friends. Those friends being Kylie Jenner and Tory Lanez, all right? Now, according to sources, they say that allegedly, Tory Lanez was actually arrested for gun possession, and Megan the Stallion was taken to the hospital because she had suffered a foot injury. They originally tried to put out a story that she stepped on glass and cut her foot, but as time has unveiled, unfortunately, she was actually shot several times. And Megan Thee Stallion went on her Instagram page and stated that she was shot several times and she had to get 2 bullets removed from her foot. And, you know, she's been going through it. Now, Tory Lanez, it's been announced that Tory Lanez is the alleged shooter. He is being told that, now the reason why people have expecting or saying that he is the alleged shooter is because at the time Megan Thee Stallion was shot, it was only 2 people in the car, and that was Megan the Stallion's best friend, who went on social media and denounced that she had anything to do with Megan Thee Stallion being shot, and Tory Lanez. And Tory Lanez has not came on the record to discuss this entire situation. It's probably because he's in some legal trouble right now with the gun possession, and now they're about to up the charges to assault with a deadly weapon. So pretty much it's been rumors going around, and you know, it's been going on for like the past week, and it came to a full head when Adam 22 from No Jumper went on air and basically said that he had a direct source that said exactly what happened during Kylie Jenner's party, which led to Megan Thee Stallion being shot in the foot after an altercation. Now, according to Adam 22, he alleged that this direct source claims that Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion been, getting it in, having relations, having entanglements with each other. And, Megan Thee Stallion seen Kylie Jenner flirting with Tory Lanez, and Tory Lanez was flirting back with Kylie Jenner. You know what I mean? You know how they get down, those Jenners and Kardashians. You know what I'm saying? They just do what they do. So Megan Thee Stallion got upset. This is from Adam 22. I'm paraphrasing from what he said on his show. Let's be clear. And he basically said that Megan got upset with Tory Lanez. They started to get in a full-blown argument, altercation, and it led to them leaving the house. Eventually, I guess Kylie Jenner was aware of the altercation, and, she went wherever she went. But it led to them getting into the car, and the fight ensued between the two of them. They were arguing back and forth, and whatever happened inside the car led to Tory Lanez end up picking up a gun and shooting Megan Thee Stallion twice in her foot, And there were several rounds that let off, but 2 of them ended up connecting to Megan Thee Stallion the foot, and she had to go and get it surgically removed. Now, this has been causing a lot of, buzz the past couple of weeks because people are trying to understand, like, what exactly happened, Megan Thee Stallion has been vocal but silent at the same time. She's been upset with people coming on, podcasts talking things about her, along with people like 50 Cent and Cameron, the 2 retired rappers, saying things about her, trying to assume that she's a man or trying to make a light of the situation of her being shot by Tory Lanez and him allegedly being the man, the gunman, that shot her in the foot several times. Now, on top of that, you got Drea from Basketball Wives. She decides she wants to go on someone else's podcast and make light of the situation, and basically was trying to make a joke out of Megan Thee Stallion being shot. And she pretty much was basically saying that, maybe Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion had a Bobby and Whitney kind of love that led to him deciding to shoot her in the foot. And that she said she gonna have the nerve to say she wants a relationship like that. She wants a relationship where somebody loves her so much that they shoot her in the foot and she can't leave. And it was trying to make a joke out of the situation, and it didn't go over well with Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion fired back. She called Drea out of her name and, basically told her, she just needs to shut up, da-da-da-da. And then Drea, All right. All of a sudden had to change of heart and went on social media saying, oh, I'm not trying to advocate for domestic violence, all this extra stuff. Right. But see, her apology might have been sincere, but from the looks of it, from what I've been reading on the internet, it looks as if Drea decided to come out and apologize after her endorsement that she has with Rihanna's brand, Fenty, okay, was on the line. You know, someone commented in Fenty's on 50's, I think it was like an Instagram post or Facebook post saying like, how do you guys support a woman who is okay with domestic violence, making light of domestic violence situation, blah, blah, blah. And basically the brand Fenty replied back and said that they're aware of the situation. And, you know, it's been more rumors and, you know, people speculating that maybe Drea's endorsement deal with Rihanna and Fenty may be on the line, because everyone knows that, knows that over like a decade ago, Rihanna herself was a victim to a domestic violence situation with Chris Brown. And, you know, a lot of things was surrounding that. And there was a lot of drama surrounding that. So, so it just wouldn't make any sense for her to support a woman who will make a light of a situation as serious as a domestic violence situation. Megan Thee Stallion went on her page and basically throughout the week, she did put up an Instagram post talking about women being most unprotected and how she was sincerely hurt, and that the incident was done to purposely harm her and everything else. But the problem is that I can say is that although Megan has been coming forward saying stuff, it doesn't seem like she's taking any course of action to fully like convict Tory Lanez for his alleged acts and deeds towards her. From what I read from TMZ, law enforcement is basically saying that although it is like videotape of Tory Lanez allegedly shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the foot and everything else, it's been difficult for them to be able to like fully convict him or charge him with charges because, of course, Megan Thee Stallion do not want to cooperate. Her team doesn't want to cooperate. And I guess it's because, you know, in hip hop, we have this big culture of like no snitching. You know, people don't want to be seen as a snitch. So they're going to say like, oh, no, you know, I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to this, and this. But it's really confusing because it's like, you know, Megan, you coming on here, you know, you giving us statements, trying to have everybody feel sorry for you. But then on the back end, you know, things is looking like you're not even trying to take the necessary steps to fully protect yourself. If, you know, this dude literally shot you in the foot, take away the glam, take away the Hollywood crap. You know, if it was an average female that had this happen to them and they decide not to press charges on the person that did it, everybody in the mama and the entire family or close to that female will be looking at her like, what? Like, have you lost your mind? And that happens often. You know what I mean? It's not rare for women of domestic violence to protect their abusers or, you know, the culprits, you know, who did what they did to them or whatever. And, you know, with Megan, I just really hope that she, you know, stop being worried about what other people think of her if she were to tell and just speak her truth. And I mean, she might be doing that behind the scenes. We don't know. But I mean, seeing how TMZ is like literally all up in the Kool-Aid and all up in the business, they haven't reported anything where they're saying, okay, we got a statement from the victim, this, and this, because you know they're going to release that stuff. And maybe that's the reason why Megan don't want to say anything about it. But it's really crazy. Tory Lanez has been silent since that party. You know what I mean? Kylie Jenner hasn't said anything about it. And it's just like, what is really going on? And man, this past week in Hollywood has been rough, man. I don't know what's going on over there in Hollywood Hills, but man, y'all celebrities need to get it together. All right. So, you know, outside of that, speaking of which, what other stuff has been going on? Since we're going to talk about how, you know, Kylie Jenner was involved in that last thing. So let's get straight to the Kardashians and Kanye West, right? So Kanye West, I guess he was serious about running for president and shit. Like, I don't know, you know, but we know he's mentally ill, whatever. He decided to go on his campaign rally. That's what you want to call it. If that's what you want to call it, campaign rally. And, you know, he went on this rant and was saying that Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves. She just had the slaves work for other white people, and basically was trying to downplay Harriet Tubman's role when it comes to the emancipation and the freedom of black people in America who was enslaved and in bondage here in the United States. And people are just looking at him, what in the world? Now that went viral by itself, but what else? Everything else that he said also made everybody sit here looking like, okay, Kanye done lost his mind. Now listen, I'm not shocked about what the man been doing. He been acting a crazy fool for the past 15 years, damn near. You know, he's been doing this for like a decade and a half, doing crazy stuff, saying crazy stuff for attention. And we as a society and just, you know, as viewers, we just feed into it and we give him the attention that he wants. You know what I mean? But he is manic. He's bipolar, whatever. And while he's on his bipolar rant, he comes out and says that he almost aborted his daughter with Kim Kardashian, and Kim Kardashian and Kanye was about to abort their first child together, which was when North, or I think it's North, yeah. And he was basically crying, and, you know, then he was talking about how he was about to be aborted. His father didn't want him, you know, and, you know, his mother decided to keep him, and that's the reason why he's here today, saying that he wouldn't exist if his mom decided to get abortion that day. And it was just really crazy. Like, it was just like he man started breaking down. The man is over here crying. It's just a lot, all right? And then following that, you know, we sitting there like, okay, the man done lost it. I guess whatever went on, you know, allegedly Kim Kardashian wasn't feeling it because Kanye went on social media to say that Kim and Chris was trying to 5150 him and lock him up and get him committed to a mental institution to get him in order because he was out here doing the most. Now, he went on a rant basically talking about his kids, talking about, you know, the West kids would never be featured on the cover of Playboy. I'm paraphrasing, but these are what the tweet said. And he basically trying to come for Kris Jenner Kardashian Jenner, basically trying to come at her and say that she, you know, basically been pimping Kim out since she was at an early age, and that Kim Kardashian will never have the opportunity to pimp out their kids. And that, baby, it was just a mess. And it was just a series of tweets. And, you know, he ended up coming after Scotty's pimping ex-wife, Larsa pimping, because it was something that was going around saying that Larsa pimping was actually having relations with Khloe Kardashian's baby father, Tristan, allegedly. And it's just like a lot that was going on. And, you know, he was just getting flat out disrespectful. He was basically saying that the movie Get Out was about him. And I'm pretty sure y'all know what that movie is, that movie Get Out. I'm pretty sure y'all seen that, where, you know, basically this white family kidnaps this black dude, or I guess he was in a relationship with the white girl, and they basically sedates him and make him go into like a sunken state. That's what Kanye West was trying to refer to when he said that the movie Get Out was about him or whatever. And he basically was trying to say that Kim Kardashian was basically trying to have him locked up, and he basically was telling everybody, you know, if he get locked up, whatever, that they did this to him. It was just a big old mess, a big old rant. And eventually Kim Kardashian, because, I mean, of course, Kim tried to be quiet. When you got people as high profile, you know, that's got a lot of money on the line, usually when Kanye goes on these rants, Kim Kardashian tried to stay silent, but the pressure was on her because a lot of people was calling her out, basically saying that, you know, in the Kardashians, saying that they didn't really care that much about Kanye West because they're not coming forward and having anything to say. So Kim Kardashian, her PR team put together a statement basically saying this. I'm going to read excerpts from it right now. Kim Kardashian says, as many of you know, Kanye West has bipolar disorder. Anyone who has this or has a loved one in their life who does knows how incredibly complicated and painful it is to understand. I've never spoken publicly about it, about how this has affected us at home because I'm very protective of our children and Kanye's right to privacy when it comes to his health. But today I feel like I should comment on it because of the stigma and a misconception about mental health. Those that understand mental illness or even compulsive behavior know that the family is powerless unless the member of the family is a minor. People who are unaware and far removed from this experience experience can be judgmental and not understand that the individual themselves have to engage in a process of getting help no matter how hard the family and friends try. Okay, I understand Kanye is a subject to criticism because he is a public figure, and his action at times can cause strong opinions and emotion. He is brilliant but a complicated person who, on top of the pressure of being an artist and a black man who experienced the painful loss of his mother and has to deal with the pressure and isolation that is heightened by his bipolar disorder. Those who are close to Kanye know his heart and understand his words sometimes do not align with his intentions. Living with bipolar disorder does not diminish or invalidate his dreams and his creative ideas, and no matter how big or unattainable they may feel to some, this is part of his genius, and as we have witnessed, many of his dreams have come true. We as a society talk about giving grace to issues and mental health as a whole. However, we should also give it to the individuals who are living in these times when they need it the most. I kindly ask the media and the public give us compassion and empathy that is needed so that we can get through this. Thank you for those who have expressed concerns for Kanye's well-being and for your understanding, love, and gratitude, Kim Kardashian West. So she went on there and she put that post up on Instagram, basically trying to, smooth things over in regards to Ye and Kanye and the rants that he was doing and everything else. And, now they're talking about, allegedly from sources, I'm pretty sure it's like TMZ and everything, is saying that, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian has been in talks for divorce for a few months now. Kanye is not actually there with them, and their relationship has pretty much ran its course. Kim Kardashian was basically fed up, and, she's ready to take the next chapter in her life. So we're about to see what's exactly about to unfold. But in a circumstance in regards to this, I feel like Kanye West is a mixture of everything, which is giving this reaction. We're dealing with a man who's bipolar. We're dealing with a man with mental illness. We're dealing with a man with a big ego. And all of these things together, is just like a real diabolic combination. All right. You know what I'm saying? It's like a big ticking bomb that's about to blow. You know what I'm saying? So, I just feel like, Kanye West, he definitely needs to be psychologically evaluated. I don't know what's up with this whole presidential election thing, but can we just pretend like he's not running for president and just ignore him like we do the other independents and stuff like that? Like, can we just make it seem as if like it's not really happening? You know what I mean? Because the more that we entertain it, the more distraction we're going to place upon this upcoming election. And we need to make sure that we're voting for the right people and not throwing away our votes like we did last election, which led to us getting the president that we have right now. Okay, the world has already gone mad. We got all this going on, the pandemic, this, and this. We do not need to be entertaining this whole Kanye West running for president stuff. We know that we already know Kanye. We've been dealing with Kanye for decades. We know why he do what he do. So please, I hope y'all don't vote for him. You know what I mean? Y'all could do whatever y'all want, but I'm definitely not entertaining that and not voting for him. Okay, into more crazier news. Tamar Braxton, definitely sending prayers out to Tamar Braxton because like last week, it was being reported that she was found unresponsive in her hotel after taking a cocktail of pills and drinking alcohol. And they were claiming allegedly it was a suicide attempt. Okay, her boyfriend David Aldefeso called paramedics to come to the house, and she was unresponsive, and she was in a medical coma the past couple of days, and eventually she did come through. She's awoke and she's aware now, and they've moved her to another facility. They're saying that this whole thing occurred because of this whole contract that she has with WeTV and then all the controversy surrounding that, and she hasn't been able to fully be released from the contracts and everything. It's just a bunch of business stuff that's been driving her crazy. She went on Twitter basically saying Tamar slaved Braxton before she allegedly attempted suicide. And her family is now stepping forward, basically trying to say that they're suspicious of her boyfriend, David Aldefeso, trying to say that it wasn't Tamar who was unpleased with the WeTV contract or even a preview, because they were saying that it was an actual preview that was played that she didn't like, and she didn't like the light that she was being presented in. And they're saying that her family's trying to say her boyfriend actually was pushing the narrative that the preview was bad, which led to Tamar agreeing and just starting to have a mental breakdown about the situation. They said they don't rock with him, they don't trust him, and they don't feel like he has good intentions with Tamar. Now, they had also said that because they heard the actual 911 tape, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have heard. It was released on the web, on TMZ as well. I believe it was TMZ too. And it was basically him on there telling the operators about this entire contract and all this other drama that was going on. And at first, it was just weird. Like, instead of him saying, like, how can I wake my girlfriend up, this, and this, he was more so like, I need help. But then he was sitting there, like, literally venting to the paramedics, trying to put 100% of this issue on WeTV and everything else, like, just in case she died. I don't know if that's what he was trying to do, was cover or what. I don't know. I'm not going to allege anything. I don't know. But it just seemed really weird. And the Braxton family is basically, Tamar's family is basically saying that, like, they don't trust him and that they need to watch out for him because his intentions for Tamar may not be the best. Okay. The one thing that I can say, I just feel like we need to let Tamar have her privacy. I don't feel like it was really tasteful for people to release that audio of her boyfriend calling 911. We're dealing with a very delicate situation, someone who contemplated or actually moved forward with attempting suicide. So we don't know what else in the media could make them want to relapse or have her feel that way again. And we really want Tamar to recover. So, for all the people, the media sources out there, I see that a lot of y'all have to have a story. I'm a part of the train too. I just talk about what's already been reported and stuff. But, let's try to be a little bit more sensitive because Tamar Braxton is a human being. And I apologize for that noise in the background, y'all. I'm over here recording. It sounds like I live close to an airport. So, it sounds like a plane's flying over. But anyway, we need to be more careful and more respectful and more, caring. And I know that it's probably not going to happen in the media. Y'all got to put out the controversial stuff for clicks and views. But, try to put a prayer up for Tamar. You know what I'm saying? If you're a part of the media train that's driving this woman crazy, try to put a prayer out for her because we don't know what she's really going through. And if she were to had completed what she was trying to do, a lot of y'all be on here being corny. Oh, we love Tamar. We're so sorry. But, you guys are literally making her mental state even more fragile every time she goes on the internet and see these different publications being put out about her and stuff like that. And, it can drive a person mad, and it's unfortunate that she felt like the only way she'll be able to get out of contract with WeTV was through committing suicide. Like, it has to be some type of laws against these things that be going on in Hollywood, how they be putting people basically into enslavement for entertainment purposes. Like, I really hope that Tamar gets a good legal team and she is able to get out of that contract with WeTV. And honestly, shame on WeTV for them to allow this woman to get to this point and them not to give a damn and really just give a damn about their ratings and putting out scandalous things. When, I seen a preview. I don't know if it was an official preview, but it wasn't as tacky and distasteful as the one that she was saying that was released to her. And I actually was still interested in it. So you don't have to always try to banter somebody and make them look like a bad person for you to get views WeTV. Shame on you. And it's not even, you're not the only one, because I've seen things with other celebrities claiming that WeTV been on that stuff. I think WeTV is the one that owned Growing Up Hip Hop too. And Damon Dash was basically saying that they, it was terrible people that's running that place. You know what I mean? And we got to stop that, man. We definitely got to stop that, and definitely going to put a prayer out to her. And then we go from that to Nick Cannon going on social media, making a cryptic post last week because, I'm pretty sure everybody heard about him being like removed as a worker for Viacom and CBS because of his anti-Semitic statements on his podcast. All right. And, he also lost the rights to his show Wild 'N Out. Surprisingly, he wasn't actually the owner of Wild 'N Out. How the hell is that possible? Look, this man is worth almost like probably $100 million. He's been performing since he was a teenager. I don't understand how he didn't own the rights and what led him, if he did own the rights, what made him sell the rights to his own TV show out, because he really just messed up everything for everybody. Puff Daddy came out and was like, oh, I'll take the show over, but Puffy can't take the show over if it's owned by Viacom and CBS. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know what's going on with the state is going to be with Wild 'N Out. It's a lot of jobs that's up in the air, especially in the middle of this time in the corona. We don't know, but, he went on and was talking about how he was basically trying to check out. His location was heaven. People was looking like, yo, what in the world is going on? And then a few days later, his friend and artist, he put up a post saying his friend and artist committed suicide too. And he was basically, trying to give him a shout out and, give him his eulogy and state, but he also made it seem as if, he was brave for doing what he did, because that's what Nick Cannon was also thinking about, is committing suicide because of all of this bantering and everything else that's been going on him since he got released from Viacom and CBS. Now, I don't feel like it shouldn't even got that far. You know what I mean? This is a temporary situation. You know what I mean? And I feel like with Nick Cannon, he's so used to being in and seen in a good light by everybody that he is not mentally stable enough to endure the consequences for the actions that he did do. And, this is a lesson that when you're on a certain platform, there's certain things that you can't dabble in or you can't even play in. And that, being anti-Semitic is one, you know what I mean? And he has taken the steps to repair the situation. He did have a rabbi on his show, Cannon's Class, and they discussed the entire ordeal. But, it's just like, Nick Cannon, I don't know. I hope that his career is able to recover. He still has his job with Fox. You know what I mean? I think that, I think that maybe Viacom and CBS should reevaluate them completely firing him. Like, I know that he said some things that wasn't too kosher, you know what I'm saying, for that community and stuff like that. But clearly the man has learned his lesson. And I hope that, we can stop being so quick to write people off, because everyone's human. People make mistakes. And, hopefully, with Nick Cannon's situation, he's able to find some type of mental peace. Maybe he should unplug. Nick Cannon, if you're listening, brother, unplug for a while. Sit down for yourself, pray. Try to get in touch with the higher maker, because he's the one that's in charge. And I hope that all of this works out for the better. You know what I mean? And, he's basically saying, he felt like the black community turned their back on him for apologizing for hurting another community. And this is the reason why he was having these thoughts and these suicidal thoughts and stuff. But it's like, Nick Cannon, you will not be able to please everybody. Do I agree with what he said? No. But one thing we can't say for sure is that neither one of us in this world is perfect, and none of us is going to be perfect. And we're going to have downfalls, and we're going to make mistakes, and we have the right to get back up. And I'm hoping that all of this works out with Nick Cannon or whatever. Y'all tell me what y'all think about the whole situation. I really don't want to delve into that too deep into that realm, because that's such a really, it's a crazy subject that led to his firing, and we already know what happened. So hopefully that works out, and hopefully he gets his show back. And I just can't believe he doesn't own his show. But that's another story. Damn. So this is like a mid podcast, you know what I'm saying? So I'm probably about to, get the wrapping up a little bit. Because, usually I try to put out a podcast every 2 weeks, but y'all did the damn thing, got me 500 downloads in 10 days. So I had to come back and just get here and get to talking for y'all, and just really try to show my appreciation for y'all for just listening to me and hearing the stuff that I had to say, and staying solid with me for a whole hour. These numbers been getting crazy. These numbers have been amazing, and I really want to say I thank y'all, everybody. If you guys are listening right now, wherever you guys are listening from, I appreciate you, and I want to give a shout out to Pandora for accepting my podcast. I'm just a girl over here trying to do my thing, and I appreciate y'all seeing the professional quality in my work and giving me an opportunity to actually display my material there. And the numbers is definitely going good on there from what I've seen in the past week. For everybody that's out there, do me a favor, if you haven't already, All right. Follow me on all social medias at the DJJAYERICA podcast. Also, my personal page at DJJAYERICA. I got an Instagram page. I post there often. We have a good time. And also, if you guys are listening and you guys want to see some visuals of me, I do have a YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is IAMDJJAYERICA. Okay, that's IAMDJJAYERICA, and I post daily on there on YouTube. I'm trying to grow. I'll be splitting it up, you know what I'm saying? But outside of that, I think that's pretty much it. I was going to give y'all a solid 30 minutes or so because, like I said, this is an in-between podcast. It's my birthday coming up, and I didn't want to leave y'all hanging for too long because your girl's about to get real messed up, all right? It's my birthday in a couple of days. It's Leo season. Your girl is ready to get crumped. Your girl is feeling real good, and I'm going to be pumped, okay? So I'm going to leave this with y'all, and for my birthday, people's asking what I want for my birthday. I do not want y'all to cash at me no money, okay? I'm not about to be out here begging for no cash. I'm going to be all right. What I really want y'all to do is to download this podcast and help me get to 1,000 downloads. That's what I really want. I want this podcast. The last podcast had 500. Let's get to 1,000 downloads. And one more thing before I get off here. Let's talk about August Alsina. August Alsina took things a step further and released a damn song called Entanglements. And I guess it's kind of like a diss record to Jada Pinkett Smith, and he added Rick Ross to it. And I put a video up on it on YouTube on how I felt, and I'm just gonna say it real quick because this is a short podcast. August Alsina, I get it, man. I feel it. You was in love. She didn't love you back. She left you. You hurting. But, man, it's time for you to move on and let it go. And honestly, I just feel like you put like a nail in the coffin when it comes to your career because it's like the Smiths are the last people that you want to put a diss record out. And you trying to have a prosperous career in Hollywood, you gonna put out a diss record like, dude, you got to say what you had to say. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I just feel like it was tacky. You already had released your entire album, so it's crazy because you already released your entire album. So that means that this song was made intentionally to put a sting and put an extra hurt on to. I guess, to hurt Jada Pinkett Smith because you was hurt because she basically said that y'all relationship was an entanglement. You viewed it as a relationship of love and she viewed it as an entanglement. And now you mad and you want to come on here and bring Rick Ross. And Rick Ross, I don't understand why you got thrown up in here neither because this doesn't even involve you. Like, let August Alsina be able to just flat out do his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know how this involves Rick Ross, but whatever, man. I just feel like it was goofy of him to do that. You're going to close a lot of doors in Hollywood. People might view Will Smith as goofy or whatever for sticking with his wife, but that is a powerful man. And dude, you are really trying to mess up some things. All right. You're lucky enough to be able to confess this. And I feel like you should always live your truth and say what you say. But now it feel like you're trying to come at the Smiths because you upset because you was dealing with a married woman. Like, man, you even went on the record and said you wasn't a victim in the situation. That means you as a 20-something-year-old, you knew exactly what you were doing. And Jada did too. And what Jada did was wrong. You know what I mean? But if they were broken up, whatever. I don't know what their guidelines is to a relationship. But dude, if you knew what you were getting yourself involved in, why are you so butthurt? Why are you going on, on this entanglement rant? It's like, dude, we've moved on. Like literally, we were moving on. We were all into Megan Thee Stallion's BS and stuff that she got going on. And here you go, dropping this damn so-called, I guess, entanglement diss record. It's like, all right, man. It's time to move on. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that. But outside of that, I'm off of here. I hope y'all taking care of yourself. It's such a beautiful day. I'm about to enjoy it. It's my birthday coming up next week. A few more days to the birthday 29. So your girl's going to be lit. Like I said, do me a favor and give me my birthday gift. Download this podcast. Share it to everybody. Let's get 1,000 downloads. Let's do it. And make sure you go to my website, DJJAYERICAPod.com. I post daily there as well. And y'all be safe. I'm out of here. Peace. DJ.